our Monday or our Tuesday morning regular meeting of the Mason County Commission for July 20th, 2021. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Trask, would you do us the honor of leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Absolutely. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic which it stands,
one nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Roll call, please.
Commissioner District 1, Randy Netherland.
I am here.
Commissioner District 2, Kevin Schutte.
Here.
Commissioner District 3, Sharon Trask.
I'm here.
Thank you. Next up is our correspondence and organizational business. Do we have any correspondence to come before the board today?
We do. Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board sent in the following: liquor licenses for Haru Sushi Teriyaki and Wok, Lake Cushman Store, and Eldon Store. Special occasion liquor licenses for Allen Community Association, Backcountry Hunters and Anglers, Harmony Hill of Union, Great Bent Center for Music, and an application of withdrawal for Kydro K2 LLC. The Office of Environmental Health and Safety sent in the following administrative order reclassifying a portion of Anna's Bay and Pickering Passage commercial shellfish growing area in Mason County from conditionally approved to prohibited. Allison Voss sent in an application for the Lewis Mason Thurston Area Agency on Aging Advisory Board, and Terry Arcieri sent in an application for the Planning Advisory Commission. The Skokomish Legal Department sent in a letter regarding an offer to purchase parcel number 42110-41-00011. Jill Halverson sent in a letter regarding her unfinished gabion wall on State Route 106. M. Jean Bush, Eric and Matthew Melendez-Blagan, and Michael and Diana Reed sent in letters regarding supporting positive consideration of the Viewcrest Update Project. And the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission sent in a letter regarding the 2021 Combined Emergency Action Plan, Tabletop and Functional Exercise, Cushman and Wainuchi projects.
Excellent, thank you. Item number 4.2, news release, temporary road closure on Trails Road and Shelton Matlock Road. Loretta Swanson.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is an announcement regarding a temporary road closure. Mason County Public Works is advising motorists of a scheduled temporary road closure on portions of Trails Road and Shelton Matlock Road. The closure on Trails Road is scheduled for Monday, July 26th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. from milepost 0.00, that's the intersection with SR 106, to milepost 1.58, which is the intersection with Trails End Drive, to facilitate road repairs. The closure on Shelton Matlock Road is scheduled for Thursday, July 29th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. from milepost 1.95, which is the intersection with Shelton Valley Road, to milepost 7.16, the intersection with Dayton Airport Road, to facilitate maintenance work on the road approaches at the Goldsboro 2 Bridge. Reader boards will be, they are, I believe, right now, stationed at both roads approximately a week before the maintenance activities begin. We appreciate your patience and understanding during these temporary closures. If you have questions, please contact Public Works at 360-427-9670, Belfair at 360-275-4467, or from Elma 360-482-5269 and extension 450.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Next up is item number 4.3, news release, Veterans Advisory Board vacancy. Commissioner Trask.
Thank you. Mason County is seeking applicants who are veterans and a resident of Mason County to fill one vacancy on the Mason County Veterans Advisory Board for a member at-large position. The position is for a 2-year term. The Veterans Advisory Board is a 10-member board appointed to advise the Board of Commissioners on policy related to veterans assistance. The advisory board typically meets monthly on the second Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. at the Memorial Hall, with special meetings scheduled as necessary. Applications to serve on the board are being accepted until filled and should be submitted to the Mason County Commissioners, 411 North 5th Street, or 5th, Shelton, Washington, 98584. Application forms must be obtained from the Commissioner's Office, 427-9670, extension 419, or visit our website at www.co.mason.wa.us.
Thank you so much. Next up, item number 4.4, news release, voluntary stewardship program, watershed work group, Kel Rowan.
Morning.
Morning.
Okay, Mason County is seeking applications for the Voluntary Stewardship Program Watershed Work Group. Established under the Growth Management Act, VSP is a non-regulatory voluntary approach to protecting critical areas where agricultural activities are occurring. This program is implemented through a work plan approved by the Washington State Conservation Commission. The work group, also created under this act, is responsible for the work plan's implementation. With technical assistance from the Mason Conservation District, the work group monitors achievement of the plan's goals for protection and enhancement of critical areas, institutes adaptive management when goals are not being met, participates in outreach that encourages agricultural operators to implement best management practices, and approves 2-year and 5-year reports submitted to the Conservation Commission. The work group has no term limits and is open to all interested parties, including tribes, conservation groups, agencies, and stakeholders. The group meets as often as needed, generally 3 to 4 times a year, with a regular meeting schedule to be set in the near future. Applications can be obtained from the Mason County Community Services. We're located at 615 West Alder Street in Shelton, or visiting our website at www.co.mason.wa.us/community-services/planning/VSP. For additional information on Washington State's Voluntary Stewardship Program, visit Washington State Conservation Commission's website at www.scc.wa.gov, or contact Barbara Adkins at the Mason Conservation District, 360-427-9436, extension 104, or by email at badkins@masoncd.org.
/well done, Kel.
Yeah.
Is there any other correspondence or organizational business to come before the body?
No, there is not.
Okay, thank you so much. So next, we're going to move on to item number 5, which is our open forum for citizens input. This is your opportunity to talk to the commission regarding any item that is not on the agenda. If it's on the agenda, I'm going to ask that you hold off and you'll be given an opportunity to testify at that time. So if it's not on the agenda, this is your opportunity to speak to the commission. I will remind you there's a 3-minute time limit. And since there's 15-minute overall time limit for everybody, we ask that you be brief and straight to the point. With that being said, I'm going to give you an opportunity now to please raise your hand on the participants list if you would like to talk to the commission. Okay, I see one right now. Mike, if you don't mind, please unmute yourself and tell us who you are and perhaps where you're from.
Good morning, commissioners. I'm Michael Bozzalo from Hood Canal Communications. Here just to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about our American Rescue Plan funding request we had to the commissioners. There were 2 projects that we requested for the Colony Surf fiber build out, we called it. It was for about $313,000. That was to pass 90 homes in a completely unserved territory. When we did some site surveys earlier this year, Colony Surf, we had a lot of outreach. It's a underground development at the very end of Colony Surf. This would be a joint project with Mason PUD number 1, kind of the dig once policy. So not only can we share cost, we can upgrade the power and then also bring in some fiber to the home for these unserved areas. The next application that we had was for the Eldon fiber build out. Again, it's another joint project with Mason PUD1. They're doing some water replacements. So we'd like to do a joint project with them, upgrade some underground facilities when they're doing the water upgrades, another dig once policy. Eldon, that was about a $501,000 project, and that is about a $10,000 per home pass, which is getting pretty high in the rural areas. We just applied for some extensions to reach all the way up to Brennan, and when we were looking at the cost per home pass was about $14,000 per home. So these two projects are about the max that we're seeing for rural. The going north on the $14,000 per home pass, we're getting pretty expensive, but that also went into Jefferson County and some unserved areas. So I just wanted to express the importance of these two projects. If we receive these projects, they can also go towards some matching contributions through the NTIA programs that we're also applying for some of these rural areas. So that's all I wanted to say. Any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you very much, Mike. Next up, I have Chris Clifford. Chris, I'll ask you to please unmute yourself, say your name and perhaps where you're from.
Sorry about that, Commissioner.
That's okay.
My name is Chris Clifford. My address is 401 East Agate Beach Drive in Shelton. And I don't have a copy of your agenda, so if I'm speaking out of turn or need to wait, please let me know. I was going to testify about the mainline replacement with PUD and some of the American Rescue Plan Act funds that would be going to that.
Yes, Mr. Clifford, that is not on the agenda, and you can have up to 3 minutes if you'd like, please.
I appreciate that. I'll just be real brief. This is a great project. The fact is that it wouldn't do anything about the zoning that's already in place. The problem is that we don't have sufficient service there to give each of the properties a hookup. And so you've literally got people who are selling their hookups because it's in such dire need of this mainline replacement. This would bring it to capacity, and it would allow an area that has already been, has had all of the infrastructure and studies done in terms of its zoning. It would allow people to be able to build homes there. And this is the very type of thing that the American Rescue Plan Act was designed for. It's also, these kinds of water projects are really critical because if you can get in now and do this foundation work, you're going to save yourself a lot of money down the road. So while I'm not often a big fan of spending, this is where it is wise spending. So I would very much encourage the council members to support the Agate Beach mainline replacement in conjunction with PUD #1 here in Mason County. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clifford. At the moment, I see no other hands that are up. Chris is still up, but he just spoke. Is there any? That's okay. If there's anybody else that would like to speak and they don't know how to run this hand up thing, I'm going to give you an opportunity right now to unmute yourself and just say your name. So I'll be given an opportunity to call on you. So if you would like to unmute yourself to say your name, I will call on you. Seeing none and seeing no other hands up, we are going to move from the open forum for citizens input to item number 6, which is our adoption of today's agenda.
Mr. Chair, I'll move that we adopt today's agenda.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded for the adoption of today's agenda as presented. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. Next up is our approval of the minutes.
Mr. Chair, I move approval of June 28th and July 12th, 2021 briefing minutes and June 8th, 2021 regular meeting minutes as presented.
I'll second.
It has been moved and seconded for the approval of the June 28th, 2021, July 12th, 2021 briefing minutes and the June 8th, 2021 regular meeting minutes without any additions or pulls. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Next up is item number 8, which is the approval of our action agenda. These items will be voted on with one vote, unless, of course, a commissioner or somebody in the community would like to have it taken off for a separate vote. After we read everything, you'll be given an opportunity to answer a question that will help you to determine whether or not to take it off for a separate vote. But if you'd like to testify, we're going to ask that you take it off for a separate vote, and you'll be given your opportunity to testify then. With that being said, we will read all the items to you and then give you that opportunity. Commissioner Schutte, would you mind reading 8.1 through 8.3? I will read 8.4 through 8.6. And Commissioner Trask, if you would mind reading 8.7 through 8.9.
Mr. Chair, item 8.1, approval of warrants and treasurer electronic remittances, claims clearing fund, warrant number 8081346 through 8081894 in the amount of $1,489,440.87. Direct deposit fund warrant numbers 78961 through 79363 in the amount of $738,761.55. Salary clearing fund warrant numbers 7006026 through 7006059 in the amount of $1,029,858.37, and treasurer electronic remittances in the amount of $1,902,822.27. Item 8.2, approval of the resolution for the distribution of the public utility district excise tax per RCW 54.28.090. The Mason County Current Expense Fund will receive $752,507.01, and the City of Shelton will receive $92,012. Item 8.3, approval to set a public hearing for August 17th, 2021 at 9:15 a.m. to consider approval of budget supplemental appropriations and amendments to the 2021 budget. Total requests for adjustments to authorize expenditure appropriations in the general fund are $227,604. Total requests to authorize expenditure appropriations in funds other than the general fund are, as amended, $7,428,018.
Thank you. Item number 8.4, approval of the resolution to pay off the interfund loan for $308,445.20 from current expense to the county road fund for the lower half of Building 8, amending Resolution 65-10. Item number 8.5, approval of resolution for the establishment of the Mason County Information Technology Steering Committee. Item number 8.6, approval of the contract with the Department of Commerce for this consolidated homeless grant and approval to subcontract with Crossroad Housing, Community Action Council, Turning Point, Shelton Youth Connection, and Community Lifeline.
Item 8.7, approval of the contract amendment for the Belfair Urban Growth Area Planned Action Environmental Impact Statement for an increased budget $58,110. Item 8.8, approval to authorize the county engineer to execute the cooperative agreement with Mason Transit Authority, allowing the use to operate transit services out of the Cole Road and Pickering Park and Ride owned by the county and to maintain striping, signing, and illumination. Item 8.9, approval of the settlement and release of claims between Mason County and Cheryl and Richard Alexander, and authorization for the chair to sign the settlement and release of claims and release of agreement.
Now that the items have been read into the record, this is your opportunity to ask a question that would help you to decide whether to take it off for a separate vote. This is not an opportunity to testify. This is your opportunity to ask a question that would help you to make that determination. With that being said, please raise your hand on the participant side if you would like to ask a question. Commissioners, would you like to ask a question? Okay, if you're in the public, you don't know how to use the participants hand wave, I'll ask you to unmute now, say your name, and we'll give you an opportunity to ask a question. If you need to ask a question, unmute now, say your name, and we'll call on you. Hearing none, we are going to go ahead and move forward into, are there any items you'd like taken off for a separate vote? Commissioner, anybody in the public would like an item taken off for a separate vote, please unmute and say your name. I will entertain a motion, Commissioners.
Mr. Chair, I move approval of today's action agenda, items 8.1 through 9 as read.
I'll second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve the action agenda as read, items number 8.1 through 8.9. Are there any comments? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. Next up is item number 9, other business, department heads or elected officials. If there are any department heads or elected officials who would like to speak, I'll ask you to please raise your hand. I see none. If you are an elected official or department head, please unmute and say your name. I see none, so we will move forward to item number 10, which public hearings. We have no public hearings, so we are going to move to item number 11, board calendar and reports. Commissioner Schutte, if you wouldn't mind starting us off, Commissioner Trask, and then myself.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mr. Chair. Have my weekly check-in with the Conservation District on the Skokomish Valley projects, as well as Mason Transit. Later on this week, have Hood Canal Coordinating Council, and I had to move my previously scheduled park and ride tour with Mason Transit to this week. Have a couple of constituent meetings as well. Have again next week's check-in with the Conservation District, and then a meeting with the State Department of Ecology and the Army Corps, and then doing a business walk in Hoodsport with the EDC. Also have the county's Housing and Behavioral Health Advisory Board meeting, a meeting with the new GM of Mason Transit, Amy Asher. And then let's see, check in with staff at the Thurston Mason BHASO, in addition to our briefings and our elected official and director meeting as well, ahead of our regular Tuesday meeting on August 3rd.
All right. Just a minute, I'm on the wrong calendar. All right, so today I have meeting with constituents. We have the Mason Transit Board meeting this afternoon. EOC meeting on Wednesday, lodging tax meeting on Wednesday as well. Helping a friend with QuickBooks, that'll be fun. Having lunch with Chief Beeson. She's an amazing lady. She's a welcome addition, so pretty happy to have her here. Public Works Executive Board Committee meeting, a DNR beneficiary meeting, having lunch with Christy Buck. Also meeting with our new director, Amy Asher for Mason Transit. We have our briefing on Monday, Wasac Virtual Assembly, Mason County GOP meeting. We have a Board of Health meeting on Tuesday. On the 28th, I have a Memorial Hall meeting. Would either one of you like to do the EOC meeting for me?
I will. Board of Health, first, let me get that on health. And yes, I'll take it. Which day did you need me to take?
On the 28th.
28th. I'm on.
All right, thank you so much. We have our Options Task Force meeting. That's with the city and the county. Community Action Council Board meeting, Public Works Executive Committee meeting. The Sheriff's Breakfast is on Friday the 30th. And we have our meeting or our briefings on Monday. Virtual Assembly for Wasac Elected Directors meeting also on Monday the 2nd. And then we're back here for our commission meeting.
Okay, I had an area command meeting, Mason County Housing Authority meeting. We're up there in the Fiberhood. We didn't actually see each other, but Commissioner Schutte was up there and I came also. Quite a traffic jam getting there, and then you got it coming back. Also had our forum that we all attended here in Shelton with the EDC. I also attended one in Belfair. Had an EDC meeting, an audit committee meeting, a Gorth Coalition meeting, briefings, EDC bylaw committee meeting, Olympic Regional Clean Air Authority, have a restaurant that just sold, and they are retiring from the Teriyaki Walk. I attended a function to say goodbye to them. It's interesting how things keep changing. When they first opened up, they were the first upscale restaurant in Belfair, there in that center, that brought something other than the hamburgers and stuff that we were used to. So they were a trend maker for the area, and I wanted to go there myself and thank them. Music in the Park, and then another bylaws committee with EDC this next week, Mason Transit Authority. I have a Chamber of Commerce membership meeting and a trustee meeting. Can't read that one. And then we have our briefings. I will be at the farmer's market on Saturday representing 5XL. Please bring your food that you're willing to donate so we can help supply the food to our homeless people's pets, our seniors' pets, and all those that are in dire need. Remember, pets are important too. North Mason Community Voice meeting, it may be the last one. They're trying to decide what to do. I will be involved for 3 days with the risk pool meeting. Salmon Center is having their annual meeting. We will have our elected and directors meeting, a left board meeting, and that area command that you just asked for. And other than that, I think we're there. Brings us back. We start all over again. All right. Is there anything further? I will entertain a motion to adjourn. We are at the end of our agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Hearing no objection, we are adjourned. Just in closing, it's my 19th anniversary. To my wife who occasionally watches these, I wouldn't trade you for nothing, and I know and still recognize I reached up to get you. Happy anniversary, honey. Bye, everybody.
Congratulations.
Take care.
Bye-bye.